everyone, welcome back. So today what we're going to do is go over the last sheet of work packet 1. So let's get started. So this worksheet is asking you to compare and contrast the Great Compromise and the Three-Fifths Compromise. So the Great Compromise is all about basically settling what our Congress will look like today, while the Three-Fifths Compromise talks about slavery. So the first bullet has been done for you in regards to the Great Compromise, and this one says it just settled argument between the Virginia and New Jersey plans, right? So the next one, I would say popularly elected lower house with seats based on population. So popularly elected lower house with seats based on population. All right. Then the next one, senators are now chosen by state legislatures based on equal representation. So senators elected by state legislators based on equal representation. All right. Now we're going to switch over to the Three-Fifths Compromise. So we know going back to this, so we know the Great Compromise is just taking the Virginia plan, the big state plan, basing it on population, while the New Jersey plan, we know small state plan, basing it off of one representative for each state. So now the Great Connecticut Compromise takes both of those plans, Virginia and New Jersey plan, and puts them together, what we now call our legislative branch, so the Senate and the House, okay? So now let's switch over to the Three-Fifths Compromise. All right. So the Three-Fifths Compromise, we all know it was an issue of slavery, right? And this settled argument between the North and the South over how population is calculated, all right? So this is the issue of slavery, North and South. We will learn this later on about the conflict between the North and South, which was the Civil War. But for this purpose, the Three-Fifths Compromise was all about more representation meant more power, all right? Power. All right. And each enslaved person will be counted as 3/5 of a person. So they weren't even counted as a whole person, only part of a person, because they were a slave and they were African American. All right. Now, so even though that both of these compromises had two totally different purposes, they actually had a couple of similarities. So let's go into the similarities portion of our Venn diagram. So I'm going to switch over to a different color. I'm going to go green this time. All right, so we know both of these compromises prevented the convention from ending, right? Because of both of these types of compromises and issues were so rooted and grounded, and they were so, both sides were so passionate about these views that it just kept the convention going and going on and on much longer than what it had to. And then also, number 2, it settled disagreements between groups of states. So, settled disagreements between groups of states. All right, that's basically what a compromise is. A compromise is having two parties coming together, giving up something to settle an issue, right? All right, and then lastly, it was based on population of a group of people. That's what I would put. Based on population of a group of people. All right, so let's go back to these here. So you can see how they can be construed as that. Because, Poppy elected with seats based on what? Population, right? Elected by state senators based on equal representation, right? All right, more representation meant more power. And then because of this, they had to count people for the census. What? Based on what? Population, right? So both compromises had to do with some type of reference to population, all right? So this concludes this video. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to assist you, and I will see you next time. Bye.